Hi, I'm the Reverend Camie Dewey, the rector of St. Mark's Church in Casper and a member of Standing Committee. I was elected to Standing Committee in October 2023, just 5 days before the Title IV process began in this diocese. I come before you today to explain the process that started after the deposition of Paul Gordon Chandler, that of finding an assisting bishop, a provisional bishop, and how we came to present Bishop Todd Ousley as the candidate for provisional bishop. After the deposition and removal of our former bishop in late March 2024, the work of the Standing Committee, in addition to becoming ecclesiastical authority, was to begin searching for bishop support. The steps for us were to first find an assisting bishop to come in and take care of the backlog of bishop-specific tasks that had piled up since our now former bishop had been put on administrative leave. These included ordinations, confirmations, signing rector and priest in charge contracts, and a few other administrative things reserved for those persuaded and elected to wear purple shirts. The assisting bishop would carry on taking care of those bishop-specific tasks, while the Standing Committee began and carried out a search for a provisional bishop candidate. The Office of Pastoral Development at the Episcopal Church assisted the Standing Committee with finding candidates for assisting bishop and ultimately presented a 4-person pool in early May. It is the work of Standing Committee to interview and hire an assisting bishop, and this is done without a vote by convention, as this person does not hold ecclesiastical authority. We interviewed all 4 candidates sent to us, including the Right Reverend Catherine Jeffords-Shorey, over about a week. We then took some time to pray and discern, both as a group and individually. After that time of prayer, it was quite clear that we had found the person in Bishop Katharine to see this diocese through the first stage of grief and shock, and to bring a sense of unity to us as we navigated next steps. We extended the offer to Bishop Katharine in early June, and she graciously accepted. When Bishop Katharine came on in July 2024, the Standing Committee began its next task of searching for bishop provisional candidates. A provisional bishop must be someone who is already ordained and consecrated as a bishop, who is retired or resigned from their position, who has not reached the mandatory retirement age of 72, who is in good standing with the church, and is willing to serve in a temporary position for 18 months to 2 years while a diocese searches for its next bishop diocesan. The 3 bishops that the Standing Committee had interviewed for assisting bishop, in addition to Bishop Katharine, were all asked to consider continuing to discern whether they would serve as provisional bishop, as all were impressive candidates and were people we wanted to continue conversation with as we moved forward. Of those 3, 1 person took another job, 1 discerned that they were not called to Wyoming for that extended period of time, and the other was interviewed, but ultimately took a position in another diocese. The Standing Committee then went back to the Office of Pastoral Development for more candidates, and that officer went back to the drawing board and began calling bishops to see whether he could populate a new pool for us. In the meantime, the new presiding bishop, Sean Rowe, was installed and announced his new staff. The Right Reverend Todd Ousley's position, which just so happened to be the officer in the Office of Pastoral Development, was being eliminated, and his tasks were being reassigned within Bishop Rowe's staff, leaving Bishop Ousley available to seek other opportunities. The Standing Committee discussed the possibility of calling Bishop Ousley and unanimously voted to enter into conversation with him and extend an offer to interview with us. Bishop Ousley took many days to pray, discern, speak with his wife and family, speak with the presiding bishop and others in the Episcopal Church about this potential, and eventually decided that he was feeling positively about pursuing the role of provisional bishop here in the Diocese of Wyoming. The Standing Committee interviewed Bishop Ousley in early December and asked initial questions in areas we knew would be concerning to many in the diocese. After this initial conversation, the standing committee felt extremely positive in moving forward with him and invited Bishop Ousley to join the leadership in the diocese at their confluence in January, which he did. At this gathering, he was able to answer direct questions and bring his calming and joyful presence to the room, which we hope alleviated many concerns among the leadership in the committees who influence the direction of the diocese. The standing committee brings one candidate forward for affirmation by the delegation for a couple of reasons. One, bishops tend to not want to run against other bishops for positions like this. Two, the pool for provisional bishop is not particularly deep or wide, and to present a slate to the diocese is difficult and could eliminate future candidates should we need to tap into that resource. And three, the sole resolution we are allowed to present at this crucial and special convention is designed for us to really rally around one candidate and make a well-informed decision about one person who has been well vetted by the standing committee, the rest of the leadership of the diocese, and all of the delegation of the diocese through question asking, prayer, and deep listening. We look forward to seeing all of the delegation at the election on March 2nd and pray that this outline of the process answers your questions about how we came to this decision as a standing committee. Bishop Ousley's role in the Title IV case against Paul Gordon Chandler is explained in another video, as is the canonical process for electing a provisional bishop and the upcoming timeline for this process, both of which should hopefully answer more of your burning questions. Thank you for your attention, and God bless you, your congregation, and this incredible diocese of Wyoming.